I don't know about you, but I've had some moments over the past couple years. Usually they happen throughout the months of January and April, where it's, the rainy season here. Christmas is over and it's not quite so sunny here yet. And these moments where I just say, like, let's move. Let's move.
That's what you say.
Usually where we want to move, there's a few places we've got in mind, and they all involve a beach, the sun year round, and more desirable home prices. No. And so, but you guys, we are not going to, okay? Don't worry. We're not going anywhere. And these are the reasons that we're not. We've got 5 reasons this is like more of a personal show, reasons why that keep me here in Oregon.
I ain't moving. I ain't going anywhere.
And let me just say,
ain't going anywhere.
Real quick. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Mariah.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are a top producing husband and wife real estate team here in Oregon. And the reason we're doing this show today is because we work with many relocation clients, people who are moving to our area in Oregon from all over. We love it. Many of them have never been to Oregon and don't until after they close. And so I think that does help us really appreciate where we live, because we get to hear, I know I'm constantly hearing from my clients, like the reasons they're excited to live here. And it really does bring like a fresh appreciation of like, yeah, we are lucky because these other places they're moving from don't have a lot of the positive qualities that we have. So
well said.
You ready to get into the reasons why we're not going to move?
I ain't leaving, so you might as well. Yeah.
Okay. Reason number 1. We don't have cockroaches. It's true though.
I've seen them, but I'm saying it is rare.
I've never seen. Okay. I've talked to a lot of people who live in many of the states that we like or would want to move to if, we were not wanting to live in Oregon.
Well, there's those Death Eater flying cockroaches.
Yes, and there's hissing ones, but a lot of the people have told me that live in some of these other states that it doesn't matter how clean you keep your house. Like, it's inevitable. You're going to see them every now and then. Wow. I have never once seen a cockroach. I've lived in Oregon my entire life. I've never seen one here. Yeah. Ever. Never seen one in a house.
It's really rare. I think it is based off of where you live as well. But maybe. Yeah, man.
Well, not where we're at, though. Like, it's not like we're immune to them. I'm sure they are here, but it's not like I don't know anyone that sees them ever. Like, it's not a thing.
Right. And what is kind of fun is, like, I've had out-of-state clients. They're moving to Oregon, like California, for instance. They have, for whatever reason, in their particular area, they have they have a big concern of pesticide and just ants or spiders or just something living under your house. I'm like, what? Yeah. Like, those aren't big issues in our area, especially. And I've never had that. Of course, they have pest control. You can hire or sign up for a yearly subscription. They come and spray a perimeter around your housing. And I mean, that takes care of the problem. One and done fix. Okay. Yeah. And that's pretty cost effective too.
A few other things that we don't have that I'm really thankful for. We don't have rattlesnakes. We don't have crocodiles.
No.
We don't have alligators.
Ew.
We don't have a lot of like giants. There's some big spiders, but we don't have these like tarantulas coming around. There's just a lot that we don't have. It's pretty mild here as far as like pests go. And I really appreciate that, because I couldn't imagine running into a cockroach in my bedroom or something.
The one thing I just couldn't imagine is walking outside of my door and worrying about something that bites me and I die from it. I don't have that thought in my brain. And that tells me I'm living in an A-OK area, a safe environment.
You see those pictures of like, I've seen this where like you see the pictures of right outside someone's door, there's an alligator, or like under their car. Like I'm sure that's rare, but oh my gosh, like that's scary. That's
Hamsters.
So scary. That's so scary.
Little mice.
Okay. Yeah.
Those do happen from time to time.
So the next reason why we're not going to leave Oregon is we have very low levels of natural disasters compared to many other places. Okay?
I ain't leaving.
I'm talking like hurricanes, earthquakes, tornadoes. This is not something you necessarily need to worry about or prepare for if you live in Oregon. Now, I know everyone's saying the big one hurricane is due in Oregon
I had
coast.
A neighbor talk to me about it.
We don't live at the coast though. We live in Salem, so it's pretty good here. We're not, if you live at any coast, then obviously a hurricane could theoretically speaking happen. But for the most part, we don't live somewhere where you need a tornado, what's it called? Cellar to live.
Oh yeah.
We don't need hurricane insurance. We don't need I don't know.
The deal is we
don't,
can't predict natural disasters.
No,
You can't.
no,
I mean,
no.
17 years ago, they said Antarctica was going to disappear or the polar ice caps were going to be gone by 15 years. Well, look at it today. It's still that same or close to it in the amount of ice still there. I'm not telling you things aren't real, but what I am saying is we cannot predict natural disasters, such as the big one, as an Oregonian would know it by. It's supposed to destroy everything west of I-5.
Which... we live in Salem, so we're probably
we're right
good.
on that
we're
border.
Right, we're pretty good. This Salem is a safe spot. But also, I just need to add, I've lived here my entire life, and I've never lived through like a crazy, traumatizing natural disaster. And there's
fires.
And there's some states, yes, there have been fires, but there are some, but that was like a one-time thing. There are so many states that this is a yearly thing. Every single year they have to prepare for it. And there's disaster, there's flooding and all these things. And obviously we've had floods here, but it's just not this like crazy thing that, you got to hunker down for. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say we're fairly safe. It's pretty amazing.
Okay. The next reason why we aren't going to move.
I'm not leaving.
Is okay. So I always think like I said earlier, in January to April is usually when it happens. I think
Do you know why that timeline is for you?
Why?
I'm gone wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm a wrestling coach, by the way, if you don't know that about me.
Yeah.
It's a passion of mine, and I get to teach high school level kids and athletes to wrestle during those months. But Mariah's just in her own land with her own thoughts.
But also, I will say that during that time of year is usually when I'm wanting to move somewhere sunny. And I usually think I want to live somewhere where it's sunny year round, but I forget that in those places where it's sunny year round during the summer, I know this because obviously going places, but also hearing from my clients all the time who live in many places where it's sunny year round, it is so hot in the summer that you can't go outside and just like go for a walk and enjoy it without sweating. Right. I remember last year, our summers here are perfect, or what I would call perfect. I mean, every day, amazing. Pretty much it's like 75 to 85. You can go outside, you can still swim, but it's not too big.
And by the end of that term, you're like, okay, Mr. Winter, come on.
And we do have some, cooler days. We do have some like 90s days, but it's very rare that we get 100 degrees, especially 100 plus. Maybe we'll get like a couple 100 degrees
like
a day.
A week of 90-degree plus weather.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And I remember
95 plus.
I remember last year we had a few 100-ish days. And I remember going outside and like you immediately start sweating. I was just like, man, I thought I wanted to live somewhere where it was sunny year round, but I don't think I really realized how hot 100 degrees feels, because I don't really like this. And also I, really appreciate like every summer I soak up like all of the vitamin D we get here and really appreciate the summer months. But by the end of summer, I am really excited for fall, and fall in Oregon is the most beautiful thing ever if you haven't seen it. And so I think I would miss having all four seasons if I didn't live here. We get all four seasons and, we get the sun, the fall, the rain, the winter, occasional snow, but where we live, at least it's not crazy. Other parts of Oregon are different. But
that's definitely a reason why I'm not leaving.
Yeah, I would miss that. Okay. So the next reason is the trees. The fresh air, the scenery. Oregon is really just so beautiful. I know I went on a hike in Arizona a few years ago. And
you went on a hike?
Yeah, I went on a hike there, and everyone was telling me all the Uber drivers, anyone I met while I was in Arizona was like, you have to go on this particular hike. It is so beautiful. And I got there. They obviously haven't been to Oregon because it was not anything. Okay. It was kind of pretty, but compared to our hikes here, it was nothing. Our hikes are so beautiful. Yeah. Their scenery, it's just so pretty. I wrote 4. I said we have 5. Can you think of one last reason? Because I said we had 5 and I only wrote 4.
Or leaving Oregon?
Why aren't we moving? What's the 5th
Extreme
reason?
sports, guys. That is a simple and easy one as to why I'm not leaving Oregon. I snowboard. I ride my dirt bike. I go camping. I'm on the boat in the summer. Now, if you separate all these events throughout the year, man, you have endless entertainment if you're willing to travel 45 minutes to an hour to each destination. And that's why Salem is a beautiful base for all of these things. I got a dirt bike, a quad, a snowboard, a boat. What else do I need? Oh, yeah, if you don't have a boat, go float the rivers. The Santiam River is one of the cleanest pure water rivers in our nation. And by the way, you're into fishing? That's another hobby you can do. Our outdoor and wildlife that Oregon has to offer.
Yeah. I think I missed the coffee too.
Well,
We have
that's
really good
just
coffee.
a bonus.
So
That's a bonus.
Well,
But seriously, those are real items that I particularly am interested in, and hobbies is a big thing. If you're into hobbies and just doing activities outside of your home, there's really no reason why you can't find certain core groups, especially through Facebook or something, that you can create relationships, connect with, and then eventually that could even create you a job opportunity and a small business to run. And it's unbelievable, the ideas, but also the what's it called, the how easy it is, but you're not creating anything. It's already here, natural. It's all natural beauty, and that's really, I'm flying on an airplane. Oh, you live in Oregon. It rains a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
what
what
do you
people
think
say.
this rain is producing, by the way? The soils
Yeah,
are
it's why
great.
it's so
Farming
pretty.
is great. These
Right.
trees that are grown here in Oregon, you walk off an airplane, you understand why Oregon is so pure. It has such good air quality. You feel it. As soon as you walk
Yeah.
off an airplane, you've spent X amount of days, say in Florida, LA, wherever, Chicago, you understand that air quality really is a great thing. And you appreciate it just a little bit more. And when it is your homeland, I get to brag about it night and day.
Yes. Okay. So we love chatting with you guys in the comments below. If you listen to this video all the way through, thank you. Let us know in the comments below. Do you already live here? If you do, what do you like about it? What do you hate about it? People online love sharing in those comments what they hate about it here. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about relocating here? We'd love to chat with you in the comments. If you are thinking about moving here, let's get a Zoom call set up. We'd love to chat with you about the next steps. And if you are curious about what it's like living here in Oregon, or you want tips for relocating here, real estate here, any of the above, head over to our channel. We have a handful of playlists talking about all of those things that will definitely bring you value. So we'll see you next week.